Biggest success over the last year, I think, has been our adoption of a cloud-first policy. Governor Quinn signed legislation in March of this year, 2014, to create an open operating standard. This establishes the legal framework for our open data policy and for our cloud-first enterprise application strategy. So I think that's a big accomplishment, and I think we're going to have some challenges in implementing it, and I look forward to seeing how it will play out. I think it's a question of sort of doing a self-assessment and figuring out what business practices are most conducive to whatever the objectives of the organization are, and then to try to realign processes so that you can share things that are able to be delivered in common, and then to put risk in the place where it's most effectively managed. So for example, if we can use platform software, infrastructure as a service, through a contract and have that delivered by a vendor or a group of vendors, that's a more appropriate allocation of risk, and it allows the people within state government to focus on the actual business needs and objectives of their agency. And it also reduces the complexity of interagency cooperation. I think some other things that can help promote interagency collaboration are actually some of the fiscal challenges that states have had over recent years. One example of a pretty successful interagency collaboration is something we did in Illinois to modernize our MMIS system, the Medicaid Management Information System. This is the back-end system that processes Medicaid billing. We had a 30-year-old legacy system, and we came up with a strategy to use an intergovernmental partnership with the state of Michigan to adopt their MMIS as a cloud-based offering. And so collaborating with them through this agreement and in this project has been very, very beneficial for both organizations. I'm interested in technology as the language of public policy. I'm very interested in this issue of language, and to draw a metaphor, if you thought about literature that is in one medium, for example, the Spanish language or the English language, the act of translating that into another language requires total mastery of all of the details and substance of what the literary form is, whether that's a book or a short story or a poem or what have you. And so similarly, what technology is really about, in my opinion, is taking the language of policy, the substance of policy, and turning it into an articulation that is full, effective, faithful, well communicated, and reasoned. And it's a very complicated problem that our procedures make more complicated. But it's intellectually very satisfying to do that in a way that is, successful and elegant and pleasing. Both elegant in terms of faithfully articulating what the policymakers want to do, but also in a way that people can understand and accept, and which is well communicated. So I think that's the part that is interesting to me. It's the language of policy. We're very interested in our ERP initiative. We've hired a project management office. That started again in March, and we are aggressively moving forward on a very, very quick time frame to adopt software and then to engage a software integrator to help us rationalize the financial accounting systems of the state. So that's a major initiative. It's one that presents us with some risks, but we think that we have, again, an elegant structure and a very well-reasoned structure that will allow us to mitigate some of the typical risks you see in state ERP implementations. And we think that there will be significant operational benefits, so it's an exciting process.